Today is the day where we take the all-new BMW iX3 to the German Autobahn. Everybody ready? Let's see if the Lear meter is triggered and let's go. How good is it at high speeds, at 200 kilometers an hour, 125 miles an hour? How efficient is it? What is the real world range at 100 kilometers an hour, 60 miles an hour, or at 130 kilometers an hour, 80 miles an hour on the motorway? So what's the long-term consumption then in our first tests here? And how good is it for the passenger? How is Lear rating the car on the passenger seat as well? And we're going through different situations. Not only high-speed Autobahn, but also all about the assistance systems and how smooth this car is able to drive. Now you hear the end again, but there's a smooth stop. Crazy.
Oh.
Crazy.
It's a little bit crazy, yeah.
Right? And since we recently got our private X3 plug-in hybrid lease, we will also compare. Would we switch actually to the iX3 when the lease is over for the X3 plug-in hybrid? Is this actually a vehicle where people who are new to the electric world would say, yes, now it's time to switch to electric? So how good is it then in relation to the normal X3, to the combustion engine type? And what can we already say concerning the competitors, Mercedes GLC EQ and Volvo EX60? This pair of three is in a special focus here at the moment, so everything we can already say about that. And now everything of that, it will be so interesting to drive it here around Germany now here today, and especially on the Autobahn. I can promise with Thomas Nautical Fuel in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go here with the iX3. And to light this up here in the front part, can close and open it again. And the double kidney is here illuminated with the iconic glow. In the M Sport Pro pack here, what we have, this one is also darkened out. So you have like a darker double kidney, would be brighter in the normal M Sport and in the base version. And then we can also see the daytime running light here and also these further illumination lines, so to speak. So there's a base model that has, let's say, a more subtle look here and also not high gloss black. Then M Sport and M Sport Pro at this different graphic here and with high gloss black in the front part already. Ocean Wave Blue is this vehicle color here for today. A very beautiful blue color for sure. And then we have in this case here like a dealer paint at the side to get this car that very early in Germany here for you. So also thanks to Procar for giving us that vehicle. It's also where we bought our private vehicle actually. And then here 22-inch wheels, the largest ones available. Is very important to note here about the wheel choices. These look greatest, but you would start with 20-inch wheels. Then you have 255 in the front. As for the width, same here, and 255 in the rear. Then at 21-inch, you have the choice. There are 21-inch wheels with the small wheels, and then there are 21-inch wheels with the larger wheels, 275 mm in the rear. And the 22-inch wheels we have here are always the wider ones in the rear. That's why the consumption data we collect today is, let's say, the worst possible that goes with the iX3 as for the wheels choice. So if you go, I would actually say go for 20-inch wheels with the aero design to get the best range out of the vehicle. And you have to think about this one only has a base suspension, so there is no adaptive suspension yet. It will come later, and there's no air suspension for this vehicle. So the largest wheels will have the least comfort. 20-inch wheels will have the best comfort. Really have to take that into account, although this one looks great. However, we already know from the first drive that the base suspension is doing an awesome job in keeping the car straight and so on. And also interesting, since our X3 has the adaptive suspension and 19-inch wheels, and here today then 22-inch wheels and not the adaptive suspension, how that one relates. Here in the rear, you can also see here the light play when I open and close the vehicle again. Beautiful tail lamp signature. I think it looks really striking in the rear. And once again here the differences. Base version would have the normal non-high gloss black here with like a slide line, design line in the rear. Then M Sport package has this huge diffuser style here in high gloss black, and the M Sport Pro adds that it's high gloss black in the lower area here. Otherwise this lower part would be in vehicle color as well. So this is like the main design difference. And also M Sport Pro, I'm not sure if you noticed that, adds here these red brake calipers as a contrast. You can see them here at the inside of these 22-inch wheels. Then the charging flap is here on the outside. Electric opens to the top. 11 or 22 kilowatt AC charging, up to 400 kilowatt DC peak, and you can score some 21 minutes, 10 to 80% state of charge. So good from these facts, and 108.7 kilowatt hours net is the battery pack. Relatively large battery. The Mercedes GLC EQ has 94.5 kilowatt hours, so smaller battery, 14 kilowatt hours smaller. Yeah, that's why this one will probably score always a little bit better range. And the Volvo EX60 has either 91 kilowatt hours net battery or 112 kilowatt hours with the P12. So then the latter one a little bit larger. However, the WLTP figure, the official driving figure range, is not really much higher with the EX60. So it seems to be that the EX60, at least on paper, is also not as efficient as the BMW iX3, but we'll see about that when we drive that one, of course, very soon. So from the facts and figures from the outside, already very interesting. Let's take a look at the front and the interior for you. There we go. Driving part, of course, will be very extensive here for you today, and is also to us so interesting because this could be our next personal vehicle, or maybe the GLC EQ or the Volvo EX60 when we go electric, for example, and it could be the car that makes us go electric. We'll see about that, and today's drive will also decide about that. Here, trunk can store a cable, but maybe a little bit more it's possible, and you also have this cover here with a nice real BMW logo that everything stays clean inside of the front, because maybe you want to also transport something that supposed to stay clean. You have to unlock the front from the inside, though that's maybe the only not that practical thing, but then you don't have to unlock it here again. So that works quite well. What we can already tell you is that because the braking process is done with the electric motors only, with the recuperation, this car is able to stop in such a smooth way like no other car before. Recently also saw that with the BMW i3, the sedan brother, on this Neue Klasse platform. What do I expect there? So we have the BMW iX3, there will be the Coupé, the iX4 with a little bit cut roof in the rear. Then there is the i3, the BMW 3 Series, new generation, which will also come combustion engine and electric on a different platform with the same looks. Then the i3 Touring, the estate form. Then there will be the M3 with 4 electric motors, and they say it's 6 vehicles on the Neue Klasse platform. So maybe the iX3M, could be the 6th one. So that's my expectation here at this moment. Now to the interior here with these flush door handles. Yeah, they work actually quite well considering they are flush door handles, and they feel also quite nice. I'm not the biggest fan of it, and due to the new regulations that are coming up in China, BMW will also have to think about a different solution for that. Yeah, they are not enthusiastic about this recent change, but I think it's a good thing that these will be gone again very soon. I'm not sure if they will also change it for the European market. We have to see about that. Then door closing sound. Solid, it's fine, but not the best, honestly. It's okay, but not that's like the best closing sound. So here, then inside of the doors, this one here, M Sport Pro, also with this, like this microfiber here, this cover also soft in the top part. This is the seat control then here, also then here for the backrest. Nice also this galvanization on top of the window levers, and it's also a better inside door area than for the X3 combustion engine. Also soft here, but could be a little bit softer for the elbow though. Then here this one is also important. This is the electric release, but at the same time the same position for the manual release. If you just pull it further, it also then is the manual release for the doors in emergency. And then here this is all the way hard pack. This should be covered with fabric. Then the M Sport entry sill badge. And the M Sport Pro directly adds also the M Sport steering. So the base steering and the normal sport steering and the wide sport steering wheel, they all have like this vertical spoke in the middle. Just the M Sport steering wheel, which we see here, This one has these spokes here in the lower side part and a little bit rounder here, the structure on the bottom and top. So this is the most normal steering wheel, so to speak, and that's why a lot of customers will choose this one. This is also available with all different trims, by the way, free from the trim. And then here in the perforation on the side, and feels so nice. This one is actually an animal-free material, like all steering wheels here now in the iX3, and it's the best steering wheel material I have felt so far. Not only because I like animals, but really if you just, in a very objective way, touch the steering wheel and also how it's dampened underneath. And what did BMW do? They invited 200 co-workers, and they put the steering wheel models and they said tell us which is which material. Everyone's like, no idea which is the animal material, which is the non-animal material, but this one feels the best one. This is that steering wheel? Okay, then we can go for it for the whole iX3. That's how you do things. Then the seat. With the M Sport Pro, you automatically also get this M Sport seat. Here, this one is electric, by the way, this top head restraint. Then you have the logo in there, also illuminated. Then here, the perforated leatherette is also animal-free. Great quality once again. Then some microfiber accentuations. And the lower part, you can also make your manual a little bit longer. And the sport seat really has more accentuation in the upper shoulder part. And I think it looks best. It is also more comfortable in the upper shoulder area. The only difference to the comfort seat, which starts with fabric, which is a great idea, I think, because fabric or microfiber on the seat makes total sense. And in Europe, you can get the fabric seats. And at this moment, I would probably also go for the fabric seat. And it's also very cozy. So that will be the base version. And this is the comfort seat. And then there's the comfort seat also for the normal M Sport package, which has some microfiber on the top part. And then there's also with full leather available in different colors. And the comfort seat difference is that the sit bone area, like here underneath, is a little bit deeper, a little bit softer. So the sport seat is more comfortable and cooler and holds you tighter in the top part, but the lower part is better with the comfort seat because of the sit bone area. So if you want to do long haul traveling, then the comfort seat would still be way to go. Welcome to the Cockpit, all new Neue Klasse Cockpit. Why is it so significant? This not only counts for the BMW iX3, it will count for all other models that are to come on this platform. iX4, i3 Sedan, i3 Touring, M3, and I would expect probably also an iX3M or something like that. I think these will be the 6 models on this platform here. And also new 5 Series major update. Also the X5, the 7 Series. Like all cars that will be, X1 will receive in phase, like all the updated cars that are to come will receive this interior and also the Neue Klasse face. So they're really going all in with that. It has pros and cons. You have to understand it. Some things you have to get used to. For example, the screen form here is a very modern, extravagant screen form. It was not really necessary to do that, but I think I can easily live with that. I'm not disturbed by that. I would have wished for physical dials for the climate unit, but the new logic, at least you can understand, it's quick and you can easily reach that. Here, look at that, like the area, the way I have to go from steering wheel to this and back again is really short. So they moved the screen towards us, whereas the instruments are going more deep in there in this panoramic vision, more far away from you, long focus. And that's actually a good idea, because in that situation, you don't even need a head-up display. You can still get a head-up display, but you would not really need it. That's very interesting. The iX3 always has a fabric here, then the ambient light can shine through. It's nice, it feels good, it looks nice. Some rather prefer leatherette there. I think they should have also offered leatherette there. Maybe they will add it maybe with a facelift or something. Then headroom here, 1A9, 6'2". Still some headroom left, no problem. This glass roof also has this tinting inside against the sun, and it is sometimes sunny today, but it's not too hot from the inside, you gotta say. So there seems to be good protection. However, you can also get a fixed roof without a glass roof. If you're living in a very, very hot country, very hot state with a lot of sun, you could still go with the closed roof. There's no panoramic roof available where you can actually open it. Then normal here, Nothing to extend with these sunlights. They are also like very basic, these sunlights, gotta say about that. And the cool thing about the steering is, even though all steerings are kind of like futuristic a little bit, the cool thing is really here. Like your thumbs go in there, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And this is such a great control over the vehicles. I love that. And it feels great. And you are basically taught to have this perfect position to steer the vehicle. Not the biggest fan of these illuminated capacitive BS buttons on the steering wheel. This is maybe my least favorite part about this, but you see there's definitely pro and con. And overall, it's a very modern atmosphere, and the things how you can control, how you interfere with the car still make a lot of sense, I gotta say. Middle console, 2 USB-C chargers, left side inductive charging pad, adaptive cup holders, that's nice. Here you put in the gears, also the B mode for strongest recuperation in one pedal driving. Underneath here, this is not the most ideal solution. I would have wished maybe a little more space on top of that. However, underneath there's then also more space. Infotainment here is actually quick. It's a completely new version and generation. Here is for the seat heating, and the heated steering wheel. Not my absolute favorite, gotta say. Seat cooling will be available later. We pushed BMW for that, for the comfort seat, but we have to wait a little for that now. And then what's interesting, when you go Apple CarPlay, here for example, this is then the Waze map, but it will only be displayed here. So this is the CarPlay integration. It's actually a definitely nice integration, that's for sure. However, you will only see it here and not in the panoramic vision. In the panoramic vision, you can only see the car internal map. And here, for example, route calculation, if I go 582 kilometers on the German Autobahn, suggests 1 charging stop here in between, directly at like the halfway point basically. And here the Harman Kardon sound system, which is built in here. We started in the X3, also have the Harman Kardon sound system there. And here, we gotta say that the Harman Kardon sound system here in the iX3 sounds better than in the X3 plug-in hybrid. Top list of the sound systems is at the moment the newest iterations of the Burmester sound system, which we have, for example, in Mercedes or Porsche, and the Bowers & Wilkins, which we can get in the Volvo and also in some high-end BMW models. And then after that would come then here the Harman Kardon. So rear seats here, soft top part, now here microfiber insert, only hardback in the lower part, and then the seats also in the sport design, and in this case, once again, the soft leatherette. You can see here how soft it also is in the rear area, in the sit-bound area, beautifully done. Also nice, these covers here for the ISOFIX each, so it's a very beautiful, clean setup. Putting down this one, some adaptive lips here for the cup holders, also with the ski hatch here in the middle part. And you can change the inclination here to cargo position like this, or then more comfortable. And headroom here to the side, still okay, and here more to the grass roof, but here in the back part is also no problem. The good thing about the EV SUVs is that the angle of the legs, even for tall people, is fine. The feet are not too high, and legroom wise, it's better than in the combustion engine. Yeah, that works for tall adults here. It's a comfortable atmosphere, so I think, yeah, all boxes checked. Trunk or boot at 520 liters here, and this is a very massive cover here. And it doesn't look like this, but you can still store it underneath. So I'm going to show that to you here. 1 meter or 40 inches is in the front part. It's actually way wider. This one here also fits vertically underneath. 1 meter or 40 inches is just here at the most narrow point, but even here it's more like 110 or 43 inches. So good width of the trunk. The length here is 1 meter or 40 inches. No problem as for that. And then this one here is, as I said, pretty massive. That's why it takes also a little bit while. So there we go. And then you can actually fold it. And here then you have to basically turn it around and then like this. And then you can also store it. And here then the full length of the trunk is 1 meter 80, 71 inches. You do not have remote folding here of the seats. That's the one thing. The height here is fine, 70 centimeters, 28 inches. So that's, for example, good with the Mercedes GLC EQ, that you have remote unlock of the seats. The only thing you can do here, you have to go around, and here there's like a cargo position, more upright or more backward. But then to fold it completely, you always have to do from here. Time for the ultimate test. Sport mode, and now German Autobahn with the BMW iX3. Acceleration all the way through from 50 kilometers an hour. Everybody ready? Let's see if the Lear meter is triggered, and let's go. Plop, 200 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
Good acceleration. I mean, it's not the quickest electric SUV, but that's more than enough.
It's enough.
Yeah.
The spaceship is landing now.
Yeah. And you hear this sound. You can deactivate it if you like. You know, so easiest way to deactivate at the moment is here just to go into the personal mode. Then you hear that it's just like the artificial sound. But very decent acceleration at the same time, very smooth. And also the car is so stable at higher speeds. Noise installation here at the moment, 140 kilometers an hour, like 85 miles an hour.
It's a little bit loud here.
It's not the most silent. You feel that it doesn't have like the lamination in the windows there. So not the most silent car at higher speed. It's not that it's loud. I would just say that some competitors which have maybe the lamination mirrors, they are more silent than. Gotta say that. Yeah, but it's absolutely acceptable. Now, of course, when we're driving a little bit slower, then it's fine.
But the sport seats are nice.
Sport seats are yeah, especially for these kind of things.
And then,
yeah, let's take Leah a little bit better in the picture. There we go.
Yay.
That's better. Yeah, so very relaxed, of course, at then the lower speeds. Now we are approaching the first tunnel. Let's also see about the ambient light and so on. But the car is really direct, precise. 22-inch wheels we have mounted on here. And
you
for
feel
that,
yeah, a little bit rough now. Yeah.
Yeah, like the small bumps in the road. So I would definitely advise. There's a little bit ambient lighting there. That it's shining through the fabric. Not sure if you can see it on camera properly. Yeah, there a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit there.
Yeah, and on the left side as well. Then you see the panoramic vision and so on. I can very well control the vehicle here with that steering wheel. That's pretty cool. And having that here in the far focus is very good, actually. So I also have the head-up display here, but
do you need the head-up display?
Nah, not really. I mean, it's okay if you really like a head-up display, but because this is already so far focused, you would not necessarily need the head-up display. Yeah, this one is already totally fine, you know. And at the same time, I get the logic here, especially while driving, that you have this in the far focus, and when you want to change the temperature, this is very close to the steering wheel. So although I prefer the physical interface,
and it's quick.
It's quick.
It's not that it's lagging behind. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can easily reach that.
Yeah.
These sport seats, by the way, I mean, yeah, in the top part they are holding you tighter. That's better.
I'm not sure about it.
But
what's better, the comfort seat or the sport seats?
Yeah, I would really say in the lower part, like when you sit on it, the comfort seat is better. But in the upper part, the sport seat is better. So
maybe they can mix it for us.
Here we are being kept very tight. And wow, how direct and precise the car is driving. That's crazy. So this platform, we also felt it with the i3 recently with the sedan, and I mean, it's so effortless. Here, great control from the steering, and wow. I mean, we came here with the BMW X3 plug-in hybrid, which we're driving, you know, privately at this moment.
And that one is good.
It's already driving very well,
but this is
crazy.
One step above that.
And I mean, think about this, a super heavy vehicle here, right? The electric SUVs with such a battery size are really heavy, but
you don't feel it.
No.
It's so light.
Wow.
And my stomach doesn't feel it.
That's important. Now here and again, there's a smooth stop. Crazy.
Oh.
Crazy.
It's a little bit crazy, yeah.
I'm not sure how you can transport that on camera, but when you start slowly, or especially when you stop slowly, it doesn't have like this bloop, you know, because there's no friction brake applied, only in emergency situations. So it stops with the recuperation, with the electric motor, and that works so smooth, especially for the passenger, you know. So how do you
maybe I do need a grab handle here.
It doesn't have the handle on the inside, you know.
Sometimes
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
So, but how do you feel as a passenger it became the same way in the X3 plug-in and now in the iX. How do you feel as a passenger then?
Better.
It's better?
Yeah, it's better. It's more direct, and it's not so so wobbly. Yeah.
Because usually in electric vehicles, it's often that Leah tells me like, I don't feel so well.
Yeah, because you feel the weight then, but here you don't feel the weight.
It's crazy. I mean,
it feels more light than our X3. That's crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I have no idea. I mean, these are even not the adaptive dampers. In the X3, we have the adaptive suspension, and here we have the normal suspension, and they have this hydraulic cushions, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. You know. So, and this is strange what they achieved here. Strangely good, indeed. So after this tunnel, we can accelerate it out one more time. Yeah, also with tunnels around, I think they could use a dual illumination that it's a little bit more silent.
Yeah, maybe for an option.
Yeah, that's cool. I think very cool. We can go to the sport mode one more time, by the way. Yeah, nice animation there. And then accelerate it out one more time and keep the high speed also a little bit longer. G meter is in the top part there, and let's go. That is wow.
And now with the corner, so straight.
180. Wow, how stable the car is. I'll stop at 200 kilometers an hour, but
it feels so safe.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's crazy. Crazy. I mean, you don't feel the weight. It feels like a sports car.
200
honestly.
is crazy.
Wow. Yes, it could be more silent from the insulation, but I mean, I think I hardly ever felt so. I feel safer than here than in a supercar, like in a Maserati
really?
we recently drove. Yeah. I can easily drive over 200 kilometers an hour, and it's easy. The car remains so calm. I mean, this is the ultimate German Autobahn test here. Wow. So 200 kilometers an hour, over 125 miles an hour.
Even the bump with 200 is comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now very smooth.
My hair is
from the brakes. Wow.
G-force.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
So honestly,
so impressed.
Really impressed.
Really.
So there was hardly any other, like, I'm not talking electric vehicles and combustion engines, like overall, hardly any other vehicle that was so calm and so stable, because that it's more like Nürburgring Nordschleife, you know. You have high speed, but at the same time you have this bend there, you know, there's this very long bend, almost like driving Nürburgring Nordschleife, and the car stayed so calm. And I was so confident and felt so safe because...
Yeah, me too.
And that is even more important, you know, because when you're driving so high speed on German Autobahn, the passenger must at some time be like, yeah, maybe like the negative example would be like the Mazda 6e. There, we had on the motorway, and everything I drove more than 130 kilometers an hour. Leah was like, Thomas,
it's fine now. Yeah.
That's really something, you know. And when you then think about if you have the i3 that sits even lower, but here already with the SUV that works very well. And I also have to say that it teaches people to have this position here at the steering wheel, which is the desired one, you know, like 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It also makes the driving safer because you can control the car much better there. So
they need both hands, not the BMW driver pose here.
What's up? Yeah, you really are taught to keep the steering wheel like this. In any one, you know, like in all the versions. Here the M Sport with not the vertical, you know, fins here. Yeah.
I think it looks better. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
more natural.
Many will go for this one because it looks more normal, so to speak. But in all of these steering wheels, the good thing is that you have this grab here. This is counting for all the different versions, and that's actually pretty cool. So. I like this steering wheel form most for this grab handle here for your thumbs. And I think that is maybe even more important than criticizing the more modern look for it or something like that. Now we go for some countryside.
But when
roads.
It's a little bit slower here, then it's really, really silent.
Yeah,
it's only when you drive really high speed.
Yeah, I would say everything above 100 kilometers an hour, more than 60 miles an hour.
But it's not that loud that you can't speak, but it's,
No, it would not be that loud that we would say, like, that's why we don't buy the car. Yeah. It's just that if we could wish something which they could improve, is laminated window pack. So, Yeah, like I recently also met the head of the Neue Klasse. Yeah, maybe I'll call him and say like, hey, because I also told him that can you bring the ventilated
Seat cooling,
seats?
yeah.
And then he said, yeah, Thomas, okay.
We're working on that. Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do it. So this is also because you also gave me the feedback. I can give that to BMW, and then we can tune the car according to your wishes as well. So, and wish one was ventilated seats also for the iX3. We will get that soon. Next
When
wish.
it's getting bumpy, it's also fine.
Yeah. I mean, you feel it's a direct car, yes, and I think you can tune it with the wheels. As Leah said, 22-inch wheels looks cool, but here a little bit bumpy.
I love that too, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, I mean, it is not the smooth ride like you would have an air suspension. Yes, the GLC EQ has the air suspension. That is more comfortable from the suspension than the air suspension. Also, the Volvo EX60 Cross Country, that one will also offer air suspension. Yeah, but it's not that you would say like it's super uncomfortable. And we've been talking about booming noise. What would you say? Because in our X3 plug-in hybrid, we sometimes have some booming noise.
Yeah.
But
I feel it's here too, but not that much.
It's less, right?
Yeah, it's less. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But you hear that here, yeah.
Yeah,
even when it's not
bit.
The best street here, yeah.
So yeah, I think a little bit less booming noise than in the X3, and I would say in the X3 I would sometimes say it's annoying me a little bit. Here I wouldn't say that it's
okay.
It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we can do some left, right. It's crazy. I mean, like some vehicles are lagging behind. You feel like the vehicle moves and then your body moves. And I have no idea how they really made that possible here. But here you have the feeling, I'm not sure if you can share that you move simultaneously with the vehicle together.
Yeah. I know.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That is, I mean, and again, this is an SUV, and it's electric, and it has one of the largest battery in its segment.
It's really heavy, yeah.
And to achieve that is really astonishing.
Yeah.
So, because some were afraid, and that's also maybe even more so for the BMW 3 Series SD and as the i3, does it still feel like a BMW? And it feels different, but I would honestly say it even feels more like a BMW. Also because the steering is better. I like this because it's really precise and it follows your commands exactly how you would expect it to do so. And it's really, really lovely. So can we already say that? I mean, if we compare it to our X3, so would we, like just from driving, like now, not about like EV or not or whatever, just from driving, would you prefer iX3 over the X3 just from driving?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was a spontaneous reaction.
Yes.
Yeah, it's wow.
Yeah.
And I'm sometimes like driving a little bit sporty here than now, and
But I'm fine.
Leah seems totally relaxed.
Yeah.
So we have driven some other competitors also in the recent days where Leah then said like,
After 1 minute, I was like, no, it's
Yeah.
fine. I'm getting out here. Yeah.
yeah, and
here,
this one is
I'm really impressed.
wow.
Yeah.
So, and especially then again for an electric vehicle, we hardly ever had that you can, I mean, because like
This stop is crazy.
is so smooth,
Yeah.
right? And that's the thing, you can drive this car smoother like any other car on the market. At the same time, it can also be, if you want, super, super crisp. And like our very first drive we had, oh, sweet doggo. The very first drive we had, Leah had to sit in the rear because there was like this prototype vehicle
Yeah.
and the test engineer has, for regulation issues, sit on the passenger seat. And we were driving like 100 kilometers an hour, back, left, right, left, right. And she was like having fun. And I was like, wait a minute, we are onto something here.
Yeah.
And that can only be confirmed here. So
Yeah.
I think the biggest stamp this car can get is the Leah stamp. When I'm driving it in a sporty way and
Yeah.
can just throw it around. And sometimes I do this for testing with a vehicle and it's like, Thomas, cut the crap, you know,
Yeah.
don't do that, please, we have just been eating, we just had breakfast. But here that's really astonishing. And for me, this is also a very good and confident feeling, because I sometimes like to drive sporty and like to have fun with the vehicle.
Yeah.
At the same time, I cannot enjoy it when I drive the vehicle in a sporty way and then I know, okay, that makes Leah sick.
Yeah.
But here I can actually drive sporty and then say, she can also have fun with that, you know? So that's really something. So
Yeah.
really enjoying here also the countryside road driving. And yeah, also when you do like some spontaneous, you know, maneuvering left and right, leaving some space maybe for pedestrian here. Wow, such a great ride here. So
Yeah.
yeah, just from driving,
Really happy, yeah.
I also have to say,
Maybe we need to
maybe
change
we
our
need
X3
to consider. Yeah,
Yeah.
we maybe need to consider.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Would it fit to us?
yeah,
Yeah.
tell us in the
Yeah.
comments. There's one more thing we have to do, and it's driving school. Maybe they should also switch about the assistance systems. I mean, we can also check out if it's mainly meant for the motorway, right? But we could test if this assistance system is also working here on the countryside road. If that is working, what?
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's working. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not meant to be used for these kinds of roads because, like, sometimes the lines are also like a little bit, you know, fading a little
Yeah.
bit by use and the weather and so on. Let's see, there's the next left turn. And once again, this is not the use case it's meant to do. I'm not steering myself. I'm just, you know, holding the steering wheel because you're supposed to. It's level 2, right?
That was the car.
That's all the car. I'm not doing anything, like nothing. I'm just,
It feels so smooth.
wow.
Yeah. Feels even better when Thomas would be driving.
This is crazy.
Wow.
And I mean, this car is doing that at low speed at a countryside road without, like, the lines are really like
Yeah.
damaged. You know, you can
With some leaves and some
sometimes hardly
dirt.
see that
Yeah.
yourself. You know, so it's so smooth. And look at that. Like also not like the corrections in the steering wheel.
Yeah.
This is literally like I would be driving, or even smoother. Crazy. Now the bend is even harder here on the left.
See? Wow.
I think we never had any car ever that did this in such a smooth way. Completely blown away by this. I mean,
And it feels even safe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you
it's
don't.
not that you want to hold on tight and
Crazy. And now the assistance systems here, green light, also for this hands-off feature for the motorway, how it's supposed to be used on the motorway. And this is a true hands-off feature. You're still responsible yourself, but you can take your hands off. And once again, super smooth how
when I
the
would
car
close
is
my
handling that.
eyes, I would say Thomas is driving. Really.
That's something.
Yeah.
That's something, really. I mean, she hardly says that. You
And
know,
Thomas
so.
is a really good driver. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not saying that.
Yeah, this is just cool. I mean, here also when the motorway is making some bends, you know, the car is like, there is no like blop 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 like left and right. It is basically even smoother than you could do that as a human. And so far this hasn't been the case. You could always do it smoother as a human being than the car could do that. But now this time seems to be over.
Now it's getting.
Now he just for a quick second switched to 130, but now he got the new traffic sign.
And even the braking and the.
Wow, so smooth. Like the acceleration and the braking.
Yeah.
Super smooth. Wow. I mean, once again, like the transitions between acceleration and braking is so easily done. And here also like how now want a short confirmation that I'm still here. Probably because of the lines.
Yeah, the lines are really crazy here. Yeah.
But so super
Yeah.
smooth. That's great. Yeah, now he went out of this.
Because there are two lines.
Yeah.
One is a little bit.
Yeah, the one is still like the yellow one from the construction, which was recently removed, probably because of that. So the car will always tell you when like this. Now again, for example, now like the special mode is again available, and now I can just look into the side mirror, and then the car is doing the lane change on its own.
It's so crazy.
That is.
I'm
crazy.
really impressed. Yeah.
That is really crazy. So, and the car is suggesting you when it can actually do that. And now I can move back again. The car is suggesting, hey, let's do that. Then you look into the right or the left mirror, and then that's it. Now I'm canceling it here because I want to leave this guy onto the motorway. Wow. This is by far, like a far margin, the best application to assistance systems in the vehicle we have ever seen. Can just
that means
say
something,
like this. That means something. So
when Thomas is impressed, you know.
Yeah, and honestly, like in our real car driving life, we don't use the assistance systems that much.
Yeah.
Most of the time, Leah says, Thomas, please drive yourself, because that still feels smoother and so on. And I also don't have so much fun using them. But here, I would honestly go on a long journey, set it to 130 kilometers an hour, and just say like, iX3, just do your thing,
And
you know.
we will do a road trip soon. We promise that. Yeah.
Long road trip,
Yeah.
you know, with all the questions that are possibly left.
Berlin. We're going
Yeah.
to Berlin.
Possibly Berlin, yes, indeed. And wow, this has been such a ride. I mean, in the agile way, in the smooth self-driving way, and in the
the passenger way.
passenger experience,
Yeah.
and also the assistance systems, there is no car that can match these factors.
Yeah.
The only thing that is better, for example, like when you have an air suspension option, like in the GLC EQ or on the Volvo EX60 Cross Country, and when you have like the dual installation, like the lamination window.
And the range.
And range?
Yes.
That
We will
depends.
see. Yeah,
That
it
depends.
depends.
We don't
How
know
far
that yet.
you can drive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we did one test already in Spain, but we will, of course, now also do like 100 kilometers an hour and 120 kilometers an hour, like with topograph-free equalization. Also nice pagoda SL there. And then tell you more about the rearward range here on the German Autobahn. 10 degrees Celsius here at this moment. And now we warmed up the battery, of course,
Yeah.
a little bit.
A little bit with 200.
Accelerations and so on. So yeah, look forward now to our concise range results. But what a drive, and I think we can definitely say from driving.
Yeah.
This
Both thumbs up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. One more thing about recuperation modes. So you can set it to adaptive. Then in this case, when there's no car in front of us, the car is just rolling. And if there would be a car in front of us, it acts like a adaptive cruise control. It would reduce the speed when there's a car in front, for example, or also according to like what's going on with the road. That can be good. However, I personally prefer when the car always does the same thing. So I would go just to the low recuperation mode. So it slightly goes into recuperation when you're going off the throttle, and that's it. But you can also set to middle or high. So when I'm here now at high, strong recuperation.
Whoa.
That's really strong, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the alternative would be here, you pull the pedal and then you're in B. It's tell me if this is stronger even than high?
No, I think
Similar?
it's the same. Yeah, similar.
I think I have to ask them if they really set a different torque
Yeah.
level there, but it's similar, I would say. But you can also drive with high recuperation and go into this one pedal drive
But now
mode.
you can stand still, right? In B mode?
Let's see. In B mode, yes, but let's see if it also does it in D mode and in... No, it's rolling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the difference. And if you go recuperation high, it is a strong recuperation, but it's not doing it till standstill. And in B mode here, B mode, strong recuperation and standstill.
Yeah.
Let's try again. D mode again. I'm just creeping forward now. No, it's rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the difference. High recuperation, both here, high. This is the German word, by the way. Hoch. The CH. Usually, you know, if you're not German,
it's really difficult.
everyone says
yeah.
hoch.
Yeah.
But it's hoch. So difference then here, B mode until 0, D mode but high, then you have high recuperation but not till standstill. But B mode, yes, still standstill. That still need to be set. Hoch.
Wir sitzen sehr hoch.
Niedrig, low, hoch, high.
German lesson for today.
price, efficiency, real-world range at different scenarios. Would we pick this one over the X3 plug-in hybrid now? Would we now go electric with this vehicle? And what can we always say about the GLC EQ and the Volvo EX60 in comparison? So first of all, as for the price range, they will soon start with the entry-level battery. I expected something 80 kilowatt hours, something like that, and then it will have an entry price of 60,000 euros. As it stands here at this moment with the big battery, it's already about 70,000 euros. A well-spec'd vehicle you can get for 80,000 euros. This one here is full spec to the max as it stands here, so it's about 87,000 euros. And yeah, you have already long waiting list basically for the vehicle, but they at this moment try to introduce extra shifts in the plant in Hungary, in Debrecen, that they can produce it even quicker, that the customers don't have to wait so long for their car because the demand is so high. So sales even higher than BMW expected. And the new BMW 3 Series as the electric version, the i3, that one will be produced in Germany, in Munich, in their main head plant. Then as for the efficiency, so we did two tests today. First of all, 100 kilometers an hour, 60 miles an hour. There we scored some, once again, 20 kilowatt hours on 100 kilometers. We had the same result with the smaller wheels, but in the rain in Spain. And today, dry conditions, but with the worst possible wheels. So it could even be better than with the 20-inch aero wheels. We scored here 20 kilowatt hours on 100 kilometers. So 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour would mean a real world range at that speed of 540 kilometers or 335 miles. That's pretty decent for an SUV. Then at 130 kilometers an hour, because the wind resistance is going like a quad, basically, not like linear high when you increase the speed. 130 kilometers an hour, 80 miles an hour, we were at 25 kilowatt hours on 100 kilometers. So that's like 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. That would mean a real world range of that of 440 kilometers or about 275 miles. Overall, a very decent result. And the so far consumption of this one here from works, from all the test drives of the customers and so on, is exactly between these two figures, by the way. So very interesting as for that. Then, comparison to the GLC EQ and the Volvo EX60. All are somewhat in the same range as for the facts and figures. GLC EQ is quicker in the acceleration, 0.6 seconds, because of the two-speed gear concept. However, has a 14 kilowatt hours smaller battery, therefore will lack a little bit of range in comparison to this one here. However, it does offer air suspension. That will make the ride more comfortable if you go for this option. And the GLC EQ has also rear axle steering. That one we expect then from the version above that here, the iX5. Which will not be on the Neue Klasse platform. But that one will also be very interesting. We can soon update you on that as well. But this will, take some more months. So far, the iX3 and this one also then the proper car actually at that size. You always have to think about, especially if you think about like European road conditions and parking spaces, that you sometimes need a little bit smaller car to be able to park this one in and out. The Volvo also offers air suspension in the cross-country version, which is not available at the market start for that one. And the Volvo will also offer a similar sized battery, the bigger one, even a little bit bigger than this one here, but it doesn't seem to be as efficient as this one. We're going to drive the Volvo EX60 very soon. All have different interior concepts, all offer animal-free seating choices. I feel that the seating comfort from the base ergonomics are the best here in the BMW iX3. However, if you go for the comfort seat, this sport seat here is awesome in the looks and in the shoulder area, the best, but the sit bone area, there the comfort seat is actually better. But from all three manufacturers, good choices, and yeah, all offer, let's say, like a very, very decent electric vehicle SUV. So I think the pair of these three are really top notch if you think about buying an EV at this moment, or actually you have to say SUV in general, because when we now compare it to the X3 plug-in hybrid, Leah and I, we both said that this one drives better. It's smoother in the acceleration, smoother in the braking. This zero braking stop basically, which is done with the electric motor, is so flawless, like with no other vehicle before. how precise and direct this car is handling is absolutely incredible. Like on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, like motorway passage at 200 kilometers an hour, 125 miles an hour. It's so stable, so calm. The handling of this vehicle, considering it's a large SUV and has a lot of weight with this large battery, is absolutely incredible. I have no idea how they managed that. And also with the base suspension, that you can achieve this effect that as soon as the car is getting out of balance, it's being like almost pulled tight and it's straight again. It's really incredible. So this platform they built here is really awesome. Can't say enough about this. And indeed, it is a better car. It drives better than the X3 combustion engine. Can definitely say that in basically all kinds of different respects. So this is indeed the car that can make us go switching to an electric vehicle. So we will definitely check out the leasing offers and also compare the GLC EQ and the Volvo EX60 and so on. Let's see what other models from BMW are coming very soon as well. But this one here is at this moment probably, close to our main pick when the X3 plug-in hybrid leasing is running out. We will soon also do an extensive Autobahn road trip with this one here and really want to go like, how far can we go? What is then going on with the recharging and so on? Is that everything going flawlessly and so on? This will also be super interesting. And if you have any specific questions as for the iX3 and also to maybe some of the competitors there, then please post it in the comments and we can serve these videos here even better according to your needs. And also if you have specific feedback, like I said, that our feedback makes BMW re-add then the seat cooling again in the iX3. So the question is, what else do we need? Yeah, in comparison to the GLC EQ, I would wish that we also have an air suspension option and that we also get an acoustic window pack. Air suspension they will most probably not add for this one. They will offer adaptive suspension, but the acoustic windows, maybe we can make BMW go for that one, because the only thing on the wish list are these things here, because it's not a loud car, but a car with then like the insulation with the lamination would be a little bit more silent. That's maybe the only thing I could find with this vehicle. Everything else, can just say flawless. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. And now check out the competitors.